Romney won. That's my analysis of last night's debate. Partially because Newt won. Newt still lives. His sound bites were fantastic. When he started on that thing about schools of education and they promote self-esteem and you have self-esteem because they tell you you have self-esteem was just great. And Newt clearly rose tremendously, as he always does intellectually. Hasn't for the last 2 or 3 debates, but did tonight. And because Newt gained, Santorum will lose and Romney will move ahead. On his own, though, I thought Romney was terrific. I thought he was strong, decisive. I was amazed at his encyclopedic knowledge. I mean, how did he know that 100 women have died in Iraq or Afghanistan? That's not been in the media mainly. It's something that he really researched. And when they talked to him about the details of his governorship, he knew them all. Cold. It was very impressive. Now, Santorum, I think Santorum was a congressman, and I think Romney was a president. I thought Santorum made very skillful points. I thought he argued them persuasively. I thought that he was very effective in presenting his view, kind of like a good lawyer. But I would trust Romney. I would agree with Santorum. I would trust Romney to make decisions. I would agree with Santorum and go along with his position. There's a huge difference there. And then I thought in that contraception answer, he just dug himself into a grave deeper and deeper and deeper. I'm not a political, doesn't take a political genius to say, don't knock something that 99% of Americans use, contraception. And the more he talked about, I've seen all these out-of-wedlock births, and I've seen how that leads to poverty. Hey, Rick, I got news for you. If you use contraception, you don't have any births. That's the whole point. So I do agree with abstinence education, but I sure also agree with birth control. And I think that Obama will just wrap Santorum around that position again and again. See, what Obama wants to do is to talk about anything but the economy. So if he can talk about birth control, which is the only reason he injected it in the first place as an issue, it hasn't been an issue for 40 years. He injected it so that he could talk about it against Santorum. He could make the whole election about birth control. You know, he's losing the abortion issue, so he could make it about contraception. And Santorum would walk right into that. I thought Ron Paul did very well. I found myself liking him and agreeing with a lot of the stuff he said. Then he gave that answer about Iran, and oh my God, later for him. I mean, you could just see Neville Chamberlain with his umbrella in hand, proclaiming peace in our time, when he says that Iran, if only we didn't surround it and threaten it, they wouldn't want to develop nuclear weapons. My God, just impossible, awful position. So I thought the winners were Gingrich and Romney. I thought the loser was Santorum. And I think the impact of this is that I think Romney will win in Michigan and win in Arizona on the strength of these performances. And then I think he's the presumptive favorite to sweep Super Tuesday. And if he does, this race will end on March 6th. Now, there's one more debate, and there's a lot of ground to cover, and I could be wrong about Michigan and Arizona. So let's stay tuned. We'll stay in touch. Thanks a lot for watching.